You should be able to hear us now, folks. When I unmuted, I don't know why it started unmuted because we closed it muted. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, folks. Computer decided to shut down for some reason. But then I did get a notification for something.
I'm not going to tell anyone who can hear us now, because if you can hear us now, you're already here. But for Steve's benefit as much as I think, there is now a link. There's a new link. It's in the whip thread, and the new link is also in our Patreon comment. Steve, I can't edit your post. Do you want to edit the whip thread and say, so that at the top of it says new link is in the comments?
I mean, I can do. I'm not sure.
In case anyone wanders over to that.
Yeah.
We've got 18 back. I don't know how many we had. 19. The numbers are soaring up. Hopefully we're getting there.
I think we're gonna organically lose a few. It's late anyway, and it's Sunday night.
Yeah.
That will have gone off.
But clearly, it's working though. The people are back. It's very exciting. So. God love Windows. I cannot understand what computer on earth decides that I'm going to restart you, whether you want me to or not.
Whilst you're in the middle of a stream.
Yeah. I can only presume you want me to restart your computer immediately.
Screw you.
Seems utterly senseless to me.
Screw you in your stream. Right.
For all the horrors that Apple have done to their infrastructure over the last 10 years, their software updates is incredibly respectful of your timetable.
We are back anyway.
Have we edited the whip thread?
Yeah.
Wicked. Okay, so we've got 18 people. We've got 18 people in.
Yeah.
Joshua Crosby makes the excellent point. We should probably go with snacks again. So
start again.
Yeah, I believe it cut off with me saying what a cliffhanger.
You said, Steve, you'll never guess what. This is what. Let me just paint a picture to people. I'm sat here, and I've got Damien on that screen there, and I'm looking at that screen, flicking through the whip thread, and I can hear Damien. I'm just not watching him, and I hear him go, Steve, you'll never guess what. And I'm thinking, what? And then it just went. I just heard this god awful noise that sounded like, and I genuinely thought, what's he doing? And then the screen just went.
You'll never guess what. You'll never guess what. The Two Tower Special. It's only $5.99. So 16. What is that? 30 issues apart. 15 months, a year and a half earlier, it goes up. So it's $3.99, goes up to $5.99 for the Two Tower Special, goes back down to $3.99 for Battle Games Middle Earth, and back up. So the specials got to $5.99. Fellowship of the Ring special, $3.99.
Mental. No rhyme, no reason.
More confused than when I started.
No rhyme, no reason.
But indeed, the Two Towers. Look, see, Two Towers.
I reckon
doesn't have a preview.
There'll be some joker, mate, on like episode 99 of BSIME, who like because of dragons will come out and go, ha ha! I used to work for D'Agostini. We knew you were going to do a stream, and we thought we'd mess with you.
This is what we've been hoping for. I've been hoping for this for 20 years.
It worked.
Yeah, the back of the Two Towers one, no preview, and the Two Towers box is on sale. So that's probably why they started with the Two Towers. Return of the King then made sense to do a special when they'd launched their new Return of the King range. And then I guess they just had to kind of retrofit the whole Fellowship. Yeah. The Fellowship one, actually, huge spoilers, it promotes the Minds of Mario Bros. So that was we did go through the intro and we went through the painting guide. And what's left is this massive battle report, which is basically, let's have a look. You got this table. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Can you see that? Got a bit of green field outside Minas Tirith and then 3 walls of Minas Tirith. And the combatants, it's 1,000 points.
Not for me, that. Too rich for my blood.
It's just, I think you just pick what you want. It's just saying it's going like use your army list.
Yeah.
1,000 points.
If you're playing 1,000 points, you know, you
I'm
don't
not.
care.
I'm not writing it out.
Yeah, not around the list. What have you got? What's in that box? Just stick it on, mate.
Stick it on. So it's 1,000 points of attackers, 500 points of city defenders, and 500 points of city relievers. A relief force. The orcs. There's an endless force. The orcs constantly keep coming back onto the table. And get there.
Points wasn't enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you think 1,000 points isn't enough, you'll like this sentence. The evil player wins if he completely wipes out the city garrison force within how many turns?
1,000 points? Kill 1,000 points of just chaff. Jesus Christ. 25 turns?
Oh, Steve Christ, 24 turns.
Oh, why 24?
This is a 24.
Come on, everyone knows you do it in round up of 5
24 turns. That's a lot of turns.
1,000 points, 24,000 point turns.
That's a lot.
1,000 point turn is about 45 minutes.
A lot of turns. I mean, it's meant to be a big game, right? That's the whole point. It's a spectacle.
A big game. You've aged 3 years by the time you finish.
I get this, right? So the evil player, so you've got to completely wipe out the good force. The forces of evil deployed anywhere outside the city wall. The good models in the city garrison force are placed anywhere on the board, either on or behind the first wall. Now, look at the map. Let's assume you're not an absolute arsewipe and you don't deploy a man in this tower.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Right, let's just say this is the back. You could still quite legitimately deploy a guy here. At which point you have to fight through this, fight through this, and just have Jeff, the idiot, at the back.
My name is Jeff.
They have to kill all of them, every model. And equally, imagine if you weren't being a jerk. You're well within your rights to put like archers on here, right? That's not gamey. But then, can you, if they take the walls, can you move a guy to here? Is that all right? Can you move a guy to here? At what point does it become a horribly gamey tactic to just have one guy at the back go, now, you got 24 turns.
Still here, mate.
On you come.
Still here, mate.
But yeah, so the evil player wins if you wipe out, and that's the garrison force. That's only 500 points, right? Good player wins if a model from the city garrison force starts the fight phase in base contact with a model from the relief force, and they're not in combat. So you're going to basically get, it's a cool rule, you're going to get reinforcements coming on from here. And a model from this army that comes on here has to fight its way through the orcs and get into base contact with a model from here.
And have a couple.
Yeah, so that's your incentive to not deploy your entire army back here.
Yeah.
But Jeff could definitely be back here, right? The good player will also win if, at the start of turn 25, at least one model from the city garrison force
you've not physically died through lack of eating or drinking
to the table
because you've run out of liquids in your house.
It's a big game, and I mean, maybe that's the point. It's meant to be a mega battle, isn't it? 25 turns feels like a lot to me. It really, I don't know.
Make it 500 points aside, 600 points aside.
Make it 4 turns.
50. Yeah, make it 4 turns.
Make
Whoever's killed the most wins. Whoever's add up the points of dead warriors. Yeah. Whoever's killed the most points wins.
Substantially less turns, please. But that's the game. So it's, and I think it's meant to be. That's
the game.
I think it's meant to be get together with your mate and have a laugh. And so what you then get is these two guys picking their armies basically and just going, and they are going thematic. So the city garrison force is Denethor, Gandalf the White, Pippin, loads of warriors, Minas Tirith. The relief force, he goes for this kind of weird amalgam, presumably to show off the model, because you have to have Aragorn on horse riding to help Minas Tirith. So they go for Aragorn, Faramir, and 11 knights. And then our favourite section, alternative approaches.
2,000 points.
400 turns. How did you know? We've got 30 people back. Great to have you in. I'm all glad you found the second stream. Wonderful news. But the alternative approaches, rarely seen in a battle report, it's different forces. And so they basically suggest, why not use the Army of the Dead? Why not use Riders of Rohan? Which are quite good ideas. You know, it's like, because these thematic armies that come to.
Why not buy 1,000 points of these different armies?
I don't have 3,000.
I bait them.
Could it really be so simple? We also the good guy, the Owen who plays the evil player. He includes a Fellbeast. Got the Witch King on Fellbeast for the first time, so we get Fellbeast rules.
Hit them.
Strength 6, defense 6, 2 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 3. I think that's pretty similar. They can only be ridden by ring wraiths. When resolving a fight, you roll the ring wraiths attacks at the same time as those of the Fellbeast. So that means this thing has got 3 attacks base. It's not a cavalry model at this point, which is cool. The Fellbeast and ring wraith win the fight. Treat them as separate models for striking at the enemy, rolling for each of their dice individually. So it works a bit differently. Still got the 1 to 4 and 5 to 6 to shoot at it. And if it wins a fight on a turn, it charges, it knocks it down. So it knocks down like a cavalry model, but it doesn't, due to the immense size of the Fellbeast, it can also knock down horses and wargs in this way. So I think you would then get double strikes as well in this version of the rules. It can move 12 inches in the move phase, can freely pass over terrain, and it causes terror. So quite similar, I think, relatively speaking, except for in the way those kind of rules work. And then, yeah, it's just a battle report. And I don't think there's any massive spoilers on this first page, but I really wanted to show this off because it's cool. Let's see. Let me know, right? That you've got that, okay? Have a look at that. And let's swap cameras. That's no camera. I could also offer you this. Oh, that's better, isn't it? That's miles better, right? Look at the board. This is mega. Now, I don't know if this is going to come up in a future stream, but what you've got is the walls of Minas Tirith on a green board. And then here, can you see you've got this? This is going to be so tricky. You see this line? You've got like a back of a board with a ramp that you then put more walls of Minas Tirith on. So that's like a flat grey board with a kind of Minas Tirith base at the back.
Yeah.
To stack it up, and then this ramp to make it higher than the previous wall. That's cool.
That's cool.
And then you got another one. And I did check. I really went in, and I don't think this is Photoshop. So if you look here, oh, it's unhelpful light. Look, there's fingers. If you look at here, like the black bits around here, then you probably can't see it on this one, but they're not the same as here, if that makes sense.
Right.
So I don't think it's the same thing photoshopped. I think that they have got
It's tiered.
2 sets of it, so that you could. I think this physically existed once. As I say, the ramps don't look. You know, that's not how it looks. But I think that's a pretty good attempt at building Minas Tirith, isn't it?
It's fun to play on.
Yeah, to have like as one, set up to say, oh well, can we have this city that physically gets bigger? So I imagine you could have got some fantastic pictures if you have a photo down here looking up where you would be able to see the top of these crenellations. I've got to say, of all the weeks, Steve, this is the one where I wish you had Madcam on the beach on the magazine. But I was genuinely really impressed with that. I think it's a really clever idea, and they've just got it's just 3 Minas Tirith kits, which obviously most people wouldn't have, but you could pull your resources, and stacked up on this cool board, which I really do think physically existed at one point. So yeah, full props on for that. And then yeah, it's a great battle report. I really enjoyed reading it. It is quite tense. It plays out really nicely. Who knows how much of it was, so you're going to make sure that. Oh, hello, sorry. You're obviously going to make sure that it plays out really nicely, aren't you, for this sort of thing? But it works really well. And what I do really like is inside. There's no spoiler words on this, I think, but inside, can I just hold that up? Let's swap back. You get the ruins of Osgiliath that you've built, and all of these bits. These are all the kind of Isengard machinery they've made. So they don't say anything about that, but it's kind of like it is drawing on your existing collection. These might be familiar. I think, where is it? That staircase, I think they built for the Isengard Dam. I think that was that. So it's quite fun. It's absolutely pointless. Why not put your staircase halfway up a wall where no one could benefit from it? But it's just this quite fun thing of they're like genuinely saying, if anyone was building along with them, it's like, pull your collection together. I really liked that. I thought it was really cool. And it's a really, really interesting read. So it's definitely one of the issues that I would say that they're completely self-contained, these, the specials. There's no like part 1, part 2 to any of the articles. And they all seem to just contain these massive central battle reports and a really good quality painting guide. So I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's a bit unfair comparing it to the other ones.
Yeah.
But it does the job really well. And yeah, who knows where it was on sale, but I think it would have formed a really good gateway drug to show someone this and say, check out this cool hobby. I think it would be good fun. Yeah, I think that's about it really for that. I know you didn't get it or find it, but I would heartily recommend giving that a read.
Yeah,
it's nice to see the Felbeast getting some love.
That's a good one. I think what we're best off doing is we'll jump in the chat now because there's no point going back to this later. So we'll jump in the chat now.
We've got 32 people back.
Welcome back, people. Paper's Pirate, return to the stream. Hello, says Paints and Ferret. We can hear you. Can anyone else hear them? Oh, we can't hear you. Yay, no sound, no sound. Alas, no sound. We now have sound. Sound on.
Sound on.
Nick Gardner says, have no time to paint a Return of the King model. I have to paint a brand new Lothlorien army within a few months. So many goblins in this Lothlorien army. It's a good list.
It's an army for being mean to Lothlorien, that sounds like.
That's a good list. Probably best to go over snacks again, says Josh. Sean Clark, it's the return of the King special.
There you go.
Been working on. Matt Hudson says, I've just got a pizza out of the oven, so unsure if that is too much for a snack or not.
Oh, we like it. It's good commitment.
Michael Curtis says, the sexy bot is getting aggressive. It was too good to be true, wasn't it? We had no bots all night and then the computers crashed.
We don't need them, got you.
No. Ashton Fisher says, evening all. I see it's a late starting stream tonight. Finishing at 4 a.m? Question mark. Hell no. Haskell's still here. Says able to stay up for a bit longer tonight as the US are off tomorrow for the 4th of July. So I have no meetings at any point tomorrow. Wahey. Carl Daly says just arrived home. My LSR was where I left him next to the front door. I popped a little bit of paint on him so I could get in on the whip thread.
Oh, yeah, cool.
But now toilet watching before resuming hobby. Do you
reckon that means he's watching a toilet or he's watching us in the toilet?
I think he's watching us on the toilet.
Both fairly disturbing. He left his Aragorn outside his house, apparently. I don't know why. Like,
why'd you do that?
I don't know why his Aragorn was outside his house. But I understand where you might leave your your umbrella outside your house or something, your work bag outside. Why is your Alistar outside your house? Undercoated it, maybe.
Oh, hello again, says Aaron. Sam Huddy says, I thought Damien was going to leave us on the cruelest of cliffhangers.
It was a huge cliffhanger. I'll never believe it.
Gary George says, and we're back, just in time for me to bugger off to work. Didn't get much painting done on Faramir, but it's been fun. I'll catch the rest of the show later. Cheers all. Thanks for joining us, man. Take care. Are you going to be playing this scenario on the stream tonight? Yeah, of course. Because of Dragon says, probably some people right now still playing that battle reports this day. Carl says, I also just found a couple of prizes left outside my front door for the event in November. Bloody postman. Alternative approach, put walls of Minas Tirith and back half of the board on a hill.
Yep.
That board definitely looks fun to play on for about 10 turns, says Larry. Frederick says, this technique of putting boards on different elevation next to each other might just be called doing a Locky by the pros. Because the Dragon says, I wonder how much of the terrain made for those is still lying around in a lock cupboard in GWHQ. Probably all got binned. I think it probably would have all got binned. Didn't I hear ages ago that you remember the big Minas Tirith thing they had in the gaming hall? That was just like in a skip.
I know they sold it. I'm sure we've talked about it on here. It was on, I want to say, sort of 8 years ago. It was up on eBay. Right. Clearly, whoever got it had left GW, and you know, it was either someone who had made spectacularly good replicas of all of the scenery, or it was the original scenery. And I think it was the original. You know, there was lots of posts on the One Ring saying, like, comparing pictures, and it was like you could see the same little dents, the same imperfections, but the Rohan fort, the barrows were on there, and clearly someone had ended up with a load of it and flogged it all on eBay. And so yeah, it's out there in the world. You know, I don't know who
somewhere
bought all that, but a lot of it was certainly sold on eBay about 8 years ago. I happen to know, and I won't say, I'm not going to say too much about this. I know that GW certainly still have some of it, and they still have access to some of it. Yeah.
Carl says, also thought I'd quickly bring in the suitcase and found. Thank you for subscribing, Steve Collects. Also, thought I'd
the new stream that did it.
Yeah. Thought I'd bring in a suitcase and found a hedgehog chilling out in front of the door. Lucky I saw, as I had no shoes on.
Oh God, yeah. Lucky for the hedgehog and you.
Aaron says that could have been a prickly situation. Larry says, "Whoa, are you skipping the last of the old stream comments?" Well, I can't get them up, so
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we can find them. I'm sure they were all great.
I primed Aragon before I left on Friday. Forgot to put him back inside until I was on the motorway. Was the grey painted cardboard ruin from issue 1 part of the bundle? I'd pay good money for that.
Not that I remember.
And that is it. That's it. Got up on the chat. So I think
got up on the new chat.
On the new chat, we will, if this works, that'll be the next thing. Now, Facebook's not working.
No, you had it working. You had it working.
Are you ready? We're gonna try it, mate. You ready?
Ready to see if it works? Does it work? That sounds. Those are promising noises.
Yeah, it works.
Glad to hear it.
Are you kicking ass and taking names?
I will be very soon. I have a bow and an arrow to paint, and I'll be with you. Just got a cheeky bit of a wood stage in where you were catching up on the comments.
Josh Crosby says, just threw up on a model I'm painting. I wasn't prepared to miss out on the stream just because I have COVID.
I think that's true.
Sorry, ma'am.
Years I've never sicked on a model.
No.
I hope you're alright.
Imagine
working on your Thranduil and elk for like 3 weeks and then just vomiting on it.
Dear.
I'm not gonna lie, you don't sound like you're far off, man.
This is the cough coming back. I'm not going to go in for my inhaler because we'll have to finish up soon anyway. Where are we? Larry, copy and pasted from the last one, I think. Update, there was no hobby vlogs for 2 years when the Dale Warriors were built, but in the 2019 review, Damien say the first of 10 were built and primed in 2018, while the second lot were built. Frederick says, wow, it works. I don't know what that's about. Kicking names. Frederick says, kicking names and taking... Question mark. Larry says, 'twas me that said I like the mounted one. You don't want a dynamic mounted LSR as he does nothing on the Gorum horse other than the Rutling speech. Yeah, but you want it to look cool.
I can't believe Larry's genuinely gone back and found that. That's amazing. First lot of 10 were built and primed in 2018. That would have been Christmas 2018. So it's 3.5 years, isn't it? Yeah.
It's crazy, is what it is.
Cheers, Larry.
He also says, fun fact, there's a playlist of hobby vlogs on the GBHL page, but for some reason the first vlog is just someone else's video of they have a cave troll scene.
It's weird.
And Josh reassures us it washed off okay.
Is this true? Are you serious? Were you sick on your model?
Must have.
I don't even know what to do with that. I have my note up, and I believe I have. I'm just going to refresh the Facebook page. Oh, it's making a noise. My computer's shutting down.
Oh no.
I'll return on the King stream. So this is going to be a fairly. It can't set a record. This one, it's too much in. But I reckon we've got. I think we're going to get a fair few entries. All right.
Yes. I'm just going to refresh.
Mm-hmm. We'll check once we've gone through. I'm going to check the bottom of the chat. So if for whatever reason we say your entry is ineligible, and you know it is eligible, drop a comment in the YouTube live chat. I'll just check that before we go
on. Joe Holzman is in.
What a starting
Breaking
picture.
the Fellowship Gimli and some Oreo bites.
That is such a B-sign picture. You got some updates there, have we?
Yes, we have. Let's have a close
Making good progress. Nice red on Gimli.
Yeah, looking nice.
Working on the album cloak as well. That's a like. Joe, number one, as always.
Boromir for Sean. Oh, that's very nice, Sean. Super nice.
Is he in?
Is that when's that flashback?
That flashback's in the Two Towers extended. Do we get a? There's lots of flashbacks in Return of the King. Do we get a flashback to Boromir in armor like that? I'm not sure we do.
Leave him off for now.
Yeah, Sean. I'm going to say, Sean, you are not in at the moment. Mm-hmm. If anyone thinks we get a flashback to Boromir with the flag, armor like that in Return of the King, let us know in the YouTube chat.
In the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Michael Curtis, a day may come when I no longer need to paint orcs or goblins, when I forsake the drab colours and Akarak's earth shade, and instead paint the Fellowship. But it is not this day.
Michael Curtis gets in with Moran and Orcs.
Moran and Orcs. Nathan Talbot, but where's the whip thread? The whip thread's up, man. Jenzel Mose, Gondor needs no king. Denethor. And are they orcs?
Oh, they're in the background.
They're not Lord of the Rings minis.
I don't think they are. But he gets in with Denethor.
Yeah.
Is that a Denethor conversion? Looks almost like he's holding something different. Maybe not.
Matthew Butler, first time being on topic with a lot to choose from.
Yeah, he's definitely in, isn't he?
Easy peasy.
Got loads of he's got the Dernhelm combo in there.
Yeah. Frederick got some B-SIME supplies, including a homemade cherry milkshake and some minis to paint. I'll be working on some spooky boys and Razgush's girlfriend.
Is that the Spider Queen?
Yeah.
Frederick. What's these exciting drinks he's got going on tonight?
Dan Collister.
Is that Duplo? What's Duplo?
So,
Duplo chocolate.
Yeah, he's had that on before.
Might be on topic a little later. So he's got bay awnings on his desk there. So at the moment he's not in.
No, at the moment. Aragorn Legolas Faramir tonight for Gordon Laidlaw, plus some Easterlings and a random late time militia captain. Galaxy Smooth Milk solid, and a couple of Stellas.
So I presume he's in with one of those 300. Yeah. Legolas is fine.
Nathan Talbot, send these foul beasts back to the abyss, hoping to finish this tomorrow night. He's in.
Cheeky trebuchet, you get that.
Larry says, is that Ariel? What does that mean?
Is that Ariel?
Trebuchet, Ariel.
Oh, I think that might be an incredibly niche gag. There's a meme that is, it was always like I don't know, I don't even know where they started, but like Disney princesses if they were born in the 2000s, and so it would be like sexed up Disney princesses and that sort of thing that you used to get on social media. There's one that, if I haven't shown it to you, I'll send it to you because it's beautiful. It's Disney princesses if they were medieval siege equipment capable of hurling rocks a certain distance, and it's just 4 pictures of different trebuchets, and it's like got aerial Jasmine, and I think he's making an incredibly obscure reference there. It's very, very funny, and that's all it does. It's just 4 trebuchets with the name of a princess underneath it, and this is what Disney princesses were like if they were medieval siege.
Dear me. Ben Shaw is in LSR
Because of dragons. He's in. I mean, it's the wrong Aragorn, obviously, but it's Aragorn week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely to see Ben. Oh, is that we've got some whip progress?
Looking good, man.
There you go. That's weird. Done it in the night. That's what we like to see.
Smashed it. Morgan Morris, Durnhell.
With some updates. Have you done Durnhell?
Oh, very nice. Not paid it yet, no.
I've done the mounted one. I am saving Eowyn on foot for Eowyn week. That's the Eowyn I'm going to do, which is coming up not too long now.
Chris Cooper done slightly before the stream due to bedtime. The stream not starting on time. Okay. But we have a Rivendell from my daughter Ruth. I've seen Return of the King when Elrond and Arwen are 14th Rondo. Nice.
What do you reckon? Slightly before the stream?
Done slightly before the stream. Says it was due to bedtime and us starting late. And he mentions his daughter Ruth. He's pulling on the heartstrings.
Do you reckon he was like painting?
If we don't put him in, there'll be a few posts down, and you know.
Ruth is painting Arwen till like 8:35, and then he's like, "You've got to go to bed. You have to go to bed." It's like they should be on. Yeah. We'll put them in. We'll put them
in. Matt Hudson on Theoden. Got a couple of whip threads. Really like this.
Sat there for a year, never used. Tonight's his lucky night. That is so BSIME.
It's nice.
He's looking good. That's a cracking model. Never painted that model.
No, I've not painted it. Started. Never finished. Same with him. I started.
We did it. We had it for the magazine, but Kev painted one for us. So it's like, well, there's no point in either of us ever painting that now.
Working on some half-finished B-SIME models is Larry.
Yeah, he gets in with those.
Yeah.
Look at the sweat. He's got some.
Larry with his foreign treats.
He's got Japanese chocolate as well this time.
Ashley Fisher, I'm working on eBay. Rescued Aragorn photo mounted, stripped early today. Going to do some quick cleanup and assembly, then start getting some paint on him. He's in. White lion bar, solid snap.
That's glorious. That's clearing someone else's backlog.
Yeah.
That's not your own.
And clearing a backlog in one fell swoop.
It's not only like painting up old models; it's saving them for other people. Lucky saint.
Progress there, looking good.
Do we get extra entries for being very on theme? Let's say yes.
Haskell's painting the very, very sexy new Black Dragons.
Oh,
beautiful.
A Black Dragons in the film.
I mean, so.
I mean, Easterlings are.
Well, the Eastling Warriors, aren't they?
Are they?
For me, he's in.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah.
All right.
How do we know that them Eastling Warriors in that film are not Black Dragons?
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right.
And they're beautiful models.
How do we know that Rohan Warrior is not Smaug? It's all Durnhelm again. I am no Rohan Warrior. Rawr.
Raza and Serpent Guard tonight for Brian Farris.
So that's a no then, right?
Yeah.
He's not in. Lovely to see there, Brian. Hope you got some amazing good
guys will be working on Summer Frodo destroying the ring and Gollum with a stellar beer, of course, off the camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
Van Den.
George Kaufman finishing up some old plastic orcs.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, Mordor orcs are in, aren't they?
Yeah.
Crossing the plains of Goros.
Pete Taylor just working on Frodo, who's been laid.
Well, you know, it's George is painting in the Julian Hammond method.
Yeah, it freaked me out. I went quickly off it. Pete Taylor's painting plastic Frodo. I mean, you could argue that that's the Frodo from the Mines of Moria set, right?
Yeah, it's meant to be Mines Moria. So
Yeah.
he has the mithril coat, he has Sting, and he has the ring, and he has the he doesn't have an elven cloak. He doesn't have an elven cloak.
I don't think he's in.
Does he? Does he lose his elven cloak before? I don't think he's ever in his gear. This is what we said. This matters. I don't think he's ever in his gear without his elven cloak.
Yeah.
The elf cloak goes off him when he gets done by Shelob, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't go home. No, he's got 10 fingers. Oh, that's the most. I mean, let's start like the Legolas example, the armor though. We got to be true to ourselves, right?
Yeah. I'd say no.
Sorry, Pete. Great
Sorry,
seeing
Pete.
it done, but yeah.
It's one off the list, Pete. It's one off the list. Sam Earnshaw is painting Gorbag.
If anyone wants to make, if anyone, that's the appeal, isn't it? That's the last day of the presidency revoking a conviction thing, the pardons, the presidential pardon. If anyone wants to make a case for Pete Taylor in the YouTube chat, feel free. Sam Earnshaw's a week early there. Yeah. We'll finish him up in a few weeks' time. Perfect. Good lad. That's good use of your Gorbag model. Get in the draw twice.
Ryan Cuthbert, hopefully I'm in with these. Good excuse to paint them since getting them in the made to order.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we've got a whip. Looking nice.
Oh, where's the whip?
Dan
looking great.
I'm also assembling Easter Links tonight. It's good to see Black Dragons.
So we're allowing Black Dragons, aren't we?
Yeah. Cool. Hawk Jacobson, working on Plastic Treebeard.
He does make a brief appearance at the start of Return of the King.
Yeah.
Only just though.
Sends us a picture of ping pong cups, whatever they're called.
Not beer pong.
Click to turn off ads. Ash Jeeves.
Is that to show Ash Jeeves is still working?
Yeah. Dan Collister.
Oh, Dan screams in at the end.
Got Eowyn primed and painted her face and hair. Looking good, mate.
I love that. I love Dan just, about 10. I'll just smash out a quick, amazing face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's glorious. Painting in the hammered method.
Brian Metalhead. Primer time for the 3 hunters. Finally got me some rattle cans for Father's Day. I mean, Leggy and Gimli, I suppose.
Sorry?
Leggy and Gimli are in, right?
Yeah, an hour ago.
What is that? Yeah.
It's literally the scene where he charges off the boat in Return of the King.
This is true. That texture paint on the bases took forever, says Larry.
Do you think that's some sort of joke?
It's hard to tell.
It is. That could be him just being sincere about his hobby.
Yeah. A little late and not quite kingly, but here's what I'll be working on, says Enyed Stevenson. It's a Mordor Orc captain.
I think we can allow that, right?
Yeah.
That's a Mordor Orc captain, and that's an unnamed Mordor Orc captain, and I think we'd allow any unnamed captain and command figure from forces that fight in Return of the King. Yeah. So how about all the rabbit poo on his face though?
Sam Huddy's working on the Palanquin just like me.
So that's a no.
Nope.
Looks nice though, mate. You're going for the kind of slightly orange hue.
And he sent a picture of caricature. To be honest, Sam, I'm gonna be straight with you, mate, because I like to be honest. Unless you'd have said the caricature looks like Sylvester Stallone, I wouldn't have looked at that and thought it looked like Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I think it looks a bit like Phil. Bill. Dave. I'm not just naming men. Beale, Phil Beale
Phil Beale. Who's Phil Beale?
from Thingy Miniatures. The Phil and Andy Hamlin. You know Phil. He's always at
That's-
Warhammer World.
I'm thinking of like famous people on TV. Who's Phil Beale? I'm thinking, does he mean Ian Beale?
Oh, I mean Phil Beale, the man you know. Do you not think Phil?
No.
Oh, fair enough.
No. Phil Groves, you
I
called
said,
me out by
oh, it looks like Phil. Who? Bill. Who? Dave.
You called me out by putting this Gandalf in the thumbnail. So here goes. Take 7,000.
Oh man, you did.
Paint him.
Mine is there. I can see mine. You know, I've had that model on the go for like the best part of 2 years. He's right there. Oh, I love it so much. But
keep going, Dale. Keep going.
Get him finished before me, mate.
James Richardson, Saruman, and Grima getting finished off. They've been a whip since they were released.
Oh, lovely. Perfect.
It looks awesome, mate.
They did it great.
Nice job.
Classic BSIME there. You love to see it.
Chris Cooper, my contribution before I flaked out. Faramir foot marks.
That's the very Faramir I'm working. Great model to choose, Chris.
George Galloway, doing some work on this big old boy. Still need to buy another one at some point. I might have enough for the Pelennor Fields scenario.
I've got one of those in a box, waiting for that sort of 1 day pal. You've got, you got one, haven't you?
Two.
Painted.
Painted, yeah.
Do you bring both of those to the?
I did. Carl Daly, home at last, and he's still where I left him, next to the front door.
I don't understand. What? Was your rattle can there as well? What did you do? Spray him outside?
He must have had him in his hand and just put him there to dry. But I'm not sure why he won't bring him
Why
in the
would
house
you do
to
that
dry.
outside?
So it smells properly.
Oh, what, you'd left it there to air a bit? Yeah, maybe.
And he has now some paint on him, but we'll do more tonight. He's done the silver. Bit of edge highlighting. He's done more than Damon now.
He's doing
the
it.
Stream just died, says Sam. Yep. Enya to give us a bit of a whip. Looking good.
I've already got Enya on here, yeah.
Damien O'Byrne.
He's in, he's sorting things out.
I hate that guy.
Oh.
Frederick Schultz. Queen is done. Oh yeah, it does look cool, that mate.
Is this the purple effect he's gone for?
Yeah,
we already have
like,
Frederick.
It doesn't look purple, it just looks like really pale.
Yeah, it's cool.
Looks
proper creepy.
And that's it, mate. I'm gonna refresh.
There is, yeah, Josh Crosby's there. With a Mordor.
Yeah, Josh Crosby, Mordor, Uruk, and I've got 2 more. Larry Miller posting that.
Yeah, you put that. I know you're tweeting. Put that up. Tell me that's not hilarious. I forgot.
If they were medieval Caesars.
It doesn't even have their names on it. That's so funny. Just absolutely glorious.
A well-off Whitfred. Whip pick from Larry. And that is it. That's it, mate. That's it. How many we got?
Well, I believe in what is a surprise for such an open category, we've only got 29. I'm checking the email from Joe Achille. Says,
pulled pork pick, obviously.
How did you know? Hello, boys. Not painting today, but I am cooking. It's the 4th of July weekend here, and we've got 20. It's the 4th of July weekend here as well. That's fun. And we've got 20 people coming over, and I've got 18 pounds of pork shoulder smoking away since 8 a.m. this morning. The attached pick is just the £8 piece. The £10 piece is
in the whip thread.
Get in the whip thread. All right.
In the whip thread.
Yeah. Okay, that's coming.
Because I'm not logged into the BSIME thing. We have this thing, people, where. But do you remember, Damien? For some reason, every time one of us tried to log in, we had to keep changing the password.
Yeah.
So I'm scared. I'm scared to like mess
I'm
about.
terrified. I'm not logged into the account on my phone because of that. So I believe that should now be in the whip thread.
One more comment. Oh, yeah, boy, that looks mega.
So that is is that more than half or less than half? That is the £8 beast. That's less than half of the pork he's got.
No,
Although to be fair, you need like a pound coin next to it, don't you, to for scale? That could be the size of your hand.
Yeah,
Oh,
let us know what rubs you're using.
And happy 4th of July weekend to all our American patrons out there. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I've got an update. I've got a whip from Joe. It's the second email. Let's get this bad boy in here because I think this looks good. I think this one looks more impressive to me than the previous pick. I'll put it as a comment on his one because it is a whip after all.
Joe's pork.
Enjoy that.
Yeah.
There you go. This should now be a whip pick.
Wait for it to load.
Oh, that's so good. You see, there's a fork there now as well for scale. Oh, there's a spoon in there for Larry as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I can eat that now.
Love to see it. You love to see it.
Nice work, Joe. Nice work.
I hope that is what he sent us.
Right, have we got a D30?
We might have 3 D10s.
Oh, what about 6 D5s?
30 D1. Could it really be so simple? Oh God! Oh, everything's everywhere. This is awesome. Right. Let's see. Honest to God, Charlotte came in here the other day. She was like, "Can I look at these?" I was like, "Yeah." Can you see the dice are full, right?
Yeah.
About a couple of hours later, I was packing these up, and it was like this. And I was like, and I kind of like ran after her, like I was chasing down the street. I was like, "Have you got some of my dice?" And she was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Do you know where they are?" She's like, "Not really, no. If I'm honest, they're gone." I was like, "They're really bloody important dice." She did. I did uncover them in one of her little nests. Her kids always make nests. A little. Oh yeah, I just put them somewhere really safe behind here with a piece of shit I found on the floor and 2 dead cats. I thought that was the best place for them. At least she goes to bed on time. All right, so if I can find a D10, we know what the D10 looks like because it's a D9. I'm sure you remember the sagas of the D10 in the past.
Because
Why don't you just make the 0? That's it.
The look on your face was like,
could it really be so simple?
Yeah.
That was see in 2.5 years.
What were you saying? The 9 will be the 8 and the 8 will be the...
No, I think I was refusing to do that. I think you said, "Can we add 1 to all of them?" I said, "I'm not doing that." And then after a pause, you went, "Why don't we just make a 0?" And that, after 2 years of stupidity from you, was very smart. That was the smartest thing you've ever done.
Oh, dear.
So, shall we remind them what they're playing for?
Yeah.
It is this bad boy. Yes.
Just what you need.
Black BSIME dice that only ever rolls 1. As always, we will do here's our D10, and so in a huge twist, the 0 is 10.
Yeah.
So we're going to have 3 heats.
Mm-hmm.
As always, we like to get 3 finalists. So our first heat is Joe Holzman, Michael Curtis, Jens Elmos, Matthew Butler, Frederick Schultz, Law, Nathan Talbot, Ben Shaw, and Morgan Morris. Oh my God, we didn't do the thing we're going to do. Let me check the live chat and just see if anyone.
Well, you'll have to do that because my eyes are gone.
Yeah, the eyes are gone on. He's in. Oh, this was about because we didn't put Sean in, did we? Didn't put Sean Clark. Yeah, it's Boromir, but he's in Fellowship. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Sean isn't complaining. He's like, yeah, I didn't think. But now he's screaming he's in. I'm not sure why he's. You're not in. I don't know what that he's in. I don't think you're in. I get told. You got to air them out. You know. I told off when I bring model straight. Yeah. So I don't think. Yeah, Sean's not in with Boromir.
Okay.
Sean, you've got 2 rolls of the dice to complain and tell me why you are in, because there are 9 people in the second group, so there's room for one more. And I forget who the Fellowship Frodo was in, but there's no one's made a case for that. Cool. So, yeah.
Pete was Fellowship Frodo, wasn't it?
You what?
I think it was Pete, wasn't it?
I was it. Yeah, you might be right. Joe Holzman, Michael Curtis, Jens Elmis, Matthew Butler, Frederick Schultz, Gordon Laidlaw, Nathan Talbot, Ben Shaw, and Morgan Morris and Christopher Cooper are our first 10. Are you ready? Sean has confirmed he meant someone else, so he's not in. Thank you, Sean. Go to Steve. All right, you ready?
Yep.
It's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Matthew Butler. As always, that's
in the final.
Can you see there that Matthew Butler is the 4th name? Is that coming in?
Yep.
Happy with that?
Yep.
Cool. Then we go down. We get 10 out of the way. We then have Matt Hudson, Larry Miller, Ashley Fisher, Michael Haskell, Geis, George Kaufman, Sam Earnshaw, Ryan Cuthbert, Dan Nelson, and Hawk Jacobson. It's a perfectly timed your attention.
Got it.
It's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's Sam Earnshaw. Hopefully, see that. Can we see that Sam Earnshaw is now the 7th one down?
We can.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Then I'm going to push Hawk up. So we now have 9, which is Dan Collister, Brian Metalhead, Enyard Stevenson, Dale Groves, James Richardson, Chris Cooper, George Galloway, Carl John Daly, and Larry Miller.
Rerolling a 0.
Where's Larry in there? Larry's already gone in. It's only an 8. Sorry, guys.
Rerolling an 9 this time.
Larry nearly got a bonus entry.
Bully
So this is shocking. We're down to an 8 here. Brutally unfair, that. If anyone wants to complain about that, make sure to send your messages.
D8,
I just mean that we've had a group of 10, a group of 10, a group of 8, and we obviously should have done a 9-9.
Yeah.
If you do want to complain, drop us an email. Make sure you tell us in the subject there's a complaint about this. We know to delete it without reading it.
Yeah.
So we'll re-roll the 9 and the 0.
Yeah.
That's a 7. That's George Galloway. So our finalists
Josh must be saying you missed me.
I did miss you. You're right, Josh. But I will check. I believe it. I mean, as if you need more dice. You're.
we didn't miss you, Josh. We ignored you.
You can no more dice for that man. You are after Carl. I think maybe I wrote Larry instead of you. So you would have been number 9 on that group.
Yeah.
And so 7 has come up. So it hasn't been a re-roll. Yeah. Okay, so we're all right. So you're right, but you've also got 700 dice. So indeed, our 3 finalists are Matthew Butler, Sam Earnshaw, and George Galloway. Can we have a round of applause for the finalists?
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Our Roman numeral dice, our classic finalist dice. Yeah. Lovely. Thank you as always, Michael Curtis, for sending these dice across. They really have been a huge help.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh said I would have been 9. It wouldn't have mattered. I would have been 9. Could have been a contender. So, Matthew Butler will be 1. Sam Earnshaw will be 2. George Galloway will be 3. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, mate.
All right, Steve. Over to you, buddy.
Go, go, go.
George Galloway. George Galloway takes the first step towards dice immortality.
Sometimes it's a curse.
It is. It is. Sometimes it's a curse. Sometimes it's helpful. Sometimes it's average.
No.
What it is never is just random chance.
Yeah, never. This is going to be another 3. I can see it.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone. It will not count.
Be in the tray.
That will not count.
Rules are rules.
I haven't really said this for a while, but the lovely dice tray made for us, of course, from Mr. Matt Davis of Generation Shift. What a legend that man is. Handsome too. Oh, there we go. Matthew Butler rises to the occasion like Johnny Bairstow staggering into a wretched England innings. 1-0-1. What do you think? Can Sam Earnshaw rejoin the party? I'm starting on the beer. He's got, well, if he wants to win the dice, he's got it. What are you playing at, Sam?
What are you getting, Sam?
More like Sam, not dice. You know? Yeah, thanks. Enjoy that. I reckon Sam's coming in here.
Yeah.
Oh no, George Galloway. George Galloway moves to match
Galloway
point.
Can see the finish line.
He can have a free swing here, can't he? That's the great thing, because he can't lose it, but he can win it. Can Sam Earnshaw do anything? Do you reckon he even gets back in?
Let's do it.
Where's this one going, Steve?
I think Earnshaw.
Earnshaw, you think he's coming in? Matthew Butler, I live and breathe. What is Earnshaw doing?
Too much.
What is he doing?
Tying the shoelaces, I think.
But imagine, can you imagine if he suddenly now punts a triple? He couldn't, could he? He couldn't.
Seen it done.
A 1 or a 3 will win it for Butler or Galloway.
Okay.
Oh, it's Galloway's taken it. George.
It was always going to be, wasn't it?
It was always Galloway. I had Galloway written all over it. George Galloway. Let me pop you in here. Add row below. George Galloway. And with Josh, that was actually 29 entries, wasn't it? Josh, that we forgot about entries. George Galloway, who he has won a dice before. He's won 2 dice before. It's his 3rd black dice.
Loving it. It's greedy. Bit greedy.
He's starting to challenge Crosby. I think Crosby's got 5. Unbelievable, Steve. So congratulations to George.
That magical 6.
Absolutely. There we go. George, this bad boy, this very dice is yours, and it only rolls. Just cut away from it quickly. As you can see, it only rolls 6s. That'll be on its way. I've actually got, I've just chased everyone that I was missing. I've got about 4 of them to send out, so I'll try and get those out to you ASAP. But there we go.
Do you want to jump in
clean up the chat?
Yeah, and then we'll sign.
Yep, absolutely. There we go. Washed off okay was the vomit. Dane Godwin says 1,000 points isn't a lot to paint. I have 1,500 points of Dead Done Harrow painted, and more than that have gone to a Rohan. Yeah, okay. Post-team spirit. Right, guys, I'm going to have to shoot for work. Have a good one. Chris C. Of course, he went back and found that you underestimate the tenacity of nerds. I think that's about Larry. Larry Miller, do we get 2 winners tonight? As there's technically 2 streams. If only. There's a bit, and then there's chat about how Denthor sees Boromir, but he's got no flag and he's not armored yet. It's when he's setting off for Rivendell, isn't it? He's in his fellowship garb. Matt Hudson, that's the bit I'm thinking of. I can't remember what he was wearing. Yeah, there's a lot of chat about Faramir, but he's definitely fellowship Faramir in that. And Larry writes in capitals, yes, Damien got the obscure joke. I've got your back, mate. Obscure trebuchet humour, absolutely. Sean Hart doesn't mind because he was fun to paint anyway. How do we know that Rohan Warrior is not Smaug? Put that on a mug, says Frederick. Larry says it's literally the king returning. I think, is that a quote, Steve? It's literally the king returning.
When I said about 300 hours ago.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, is he in that film? It's literally the king returning. Look, Carl says, I get told. Matt Hudson says you've got to air them out, even if it's
I think
a
it's like this
few
thing being outside, isn't it?
a few days outside your house when you're not. You have to air them for a few days, surely. Carl Daly, I get told off. Oh, I think his first comment was like an accidental send.
Yeah, that's just.
I get told off when I bring models in straight after I prime them, so I have to leave them to the dry and air. Excuse me, the wife wasn't here and I still did as I was told. Oh, good lad. Matt Hudson, I get the exact same thing. I prime and varnish in my classroom as much as possible. Yeah, just kill the kids rather than your missus. Play forward. Destro says, I just got the trebuchets. That's the quality content I'm here for. Sean confirms it's someone else. There's no appropriate Boromir model unless you convert. Yes, because he's his cloak, isn't he? Michael Haskell, could Pete Frodo not be wearing the Lothlorien cloak? Yeah, he hasn't got the brooch. He's not wearing it. The model's not sculpted with the elven cloak. Come on, Michael. Come on, Michael. And yeah, Larry is then specifying the Boromir thing. Oh, he also says he doesn't think Frodo wears his coat in Return of the King, which is quite interesting. It's an added level of detail I didn't know about. Old School Chris C says the Christopher Cooper in the first group should have been Ruth. But you didn't get, he was in there though, wasn't he? But you didn't get selected, am I right? Yes, so you were there, but you didn't get, okay, fair enough. Well, sorry, Ruth, but well done for getting your, what was it you were working on? Was it the board or Arwen? But your Rivendell display looks cool. Josh Crosby says, you missed me, it wouldn't have mattered. I would have been 9. Larry says, my cheating was discovered. My gunning scheme to have Damien accidentally enter me twice.
I mean, it is the weekend.
Larry, it would never be an accident, mate. Put that on the mug.
I did it again.
Sean Clark is cheering on George. Larry says, I can't even get a dice when I'm entered twice. Stop saying it. You gotta stop saying it. Sean says you're not alone. Ashley Fisher says, how was the first half of the stream? Got 210 views already. Are there 150 people not watching live but waiting for it to end to immediately start watching? It must include when you're watching live, doesn't it?
I haven't got a clue. It's weird, isn't it?
Sean says George. Because Dragon says GG George. And Old School Chrissy sums up the entire stream tonight by saying, are we putting that on a mug or on a cup? Glorious scenes.
Give yourselves a round of applause. I think we'll call it there because I'm dropping off.
Absolutely, mate. That was great. Great fun as always.
Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in and cheering me up. It's been nice. I got some painting done, which was quite rare for me. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you, Damien.
Oh, thank you, sir. It's always a pleasure. And thanks for sticking with us with the tech issues. There's still 21 of you lovely people watching now. I don't think it had much of an issue. I think we had like 30 people afterwards, so I think that was about similar. But well done. It's great to be. I don't really feel we need to be back, but you know, we had a 3-week gap, and it felt like a bit of one. But it's lovely to do it. I'm pleased with what I've done. I'll flick over for you. There's my Faramir. He's now got he's had his armor kind of dry brush. The horse is covered along. And the Asciliath vets, let's get one where I've done the brown on them. I've got the armor done, the brown on the shaft, and the greys done on them. So I'm pleased with that. Pleased with that for a stream evening.
Bit of progress.
Yeah, I got some decent painting done, and I'll be continuing with those in the next stream, which, if you don't remember and you weren't here earlier, is going to be on Saturday, the 16th.
16th. That's the plan. So a Saturday stream. It's the day after I have my tooth out.
What time are you getting that done?
Not 2:30.
Not 2:30.
2:30.
2:30. Seems like the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
What time? I've got 2 time-based jokes. One of them is that hilarious one. The other one, which I've probably said on the stream 400 times. What time does Sean Connery like to watch Wimbledon? 10ish.
Not having it. Too tired for that kind of.
Don't be afraid of liking it.
I'm afraid of liking it.
But yeah, Saturday 16th. So we're Saturday one's not a school night, party. And we are moving on with the issues with issue 48. I can't tell you, I can't preview it because there's no preview.
No.
We're moving on.
Is it Gorbag? It's Gorbag, obviously.
It is Gorbag that we get with this. And actually, it's been a very long time. If you think we did that, the 4 Last Alliance swing, and we had a couple of specials in there, and this, it's been a very long time since we've done an issue that wasn't like the Last Alliance. So I'm quite excited for this. So yeah, it's Gorbag. I think he's a named hero. I think it's Gorbag week, right?
Gorbag week, yeah.
So just Gorbag.
Will you be working on Gorbag?
I won't.
No, I've already got Gorbag painted, so
yeah, I'll explain my Gorbag reasons.
I'll be cracking on with this thing.
I will be continuing with this as per my rules. I won't be working on themes. I'll be working on my BSIME gondola army. But yeah, so get your Gorbags out for the lads.
Ooh,
and I'll give you. We haven't got the preview, but I'll give you the contents. We've got the history of the orcs and their greed. We've got playing the game. Learn how to choose evenly matched forces for a more competitive style of play and test your abilities. We've got a points match scenario, defend the garrison, paint your Gorbag miniature, and in the modelling workshop, build a Gondorian garrison complete with fortified walls and working gates. And I'm just going to say, the garrison in this is next level. It's like they went, right, you had 47 issues. You can build scenery, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do
Have that. Go on, build that. Can you build that? Can you build that? It's crazy good. I hope Stephen Ryan gets on board and builds it for us. Yeah, but yeah, in 2 weeks' time, very, very exciting times. I can't wait to get stuck into some of that. Mr. Wiz 94, who I don't think we've heard of, says thank you for doing these streams.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for chipping in and saying that. I really appreciate it. Larry has to like this one too because he's laughing, presumably about being entered twice. Old School Christy says a cracking stream. Matt Hudson says both enjoy. Dane says before I open the comment titled Joe's pulled his pork, anyone confirm the images of food? It is indeed.
You'll have to click it and see.
It's related to Larry being entered twice. Frederick says just Gorbag, no normal model. No, just Gorbag. He's just named hero and we haven't done it before, as per the rules. There we go.
That's it, people. Again, thank you for joining us. Look forward to seeing you on the 16th. Patrons, I'll try and get in the chat more in the next couple of weeks. Pretty grim still, schedule-wise, but see what we can do. If you're wondering what that is, check out the links below in the video for the Patreon scheme that we have going. It's a lot of fun if you get in the chat. But if not, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll see you on the 16th for Gorbag Week. Yeah, thank you. Anything to add, Damien?
No, mate. Thanks a lot. It's great fun as always. See you all soon.
We're done. So we'll see you all soon. Take care, people.